Hey everyone, Reddy Linx here. I am joined with Tyler,
Hello. I'm new to this stuff, obviously.
and welcome back to another Choose Your Own Adventure live stream. This is number 4. We're going to be reading Toy Terror, Batteries Included. This is number 20 in the series. For those of you who are new to this series, we have to try and get a good ending in this book with 3 tries. So 2 endings, 2 bad endings, that's okay, but the third ending we get, that's it. This is number 20 in the series, and I'm going to need you to listen carefully.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, I'll read the Beware page. All right.
Good.
All right. Beware. Do not read this book from beginning to end. It's official. You're the grand prize winner. Pick your prize. A tour of the Hazley Toy Company or Hazley's newest toy, a kid-sized robot called the Annihilator 3000. But choose carefully. Take the tour and you'll get locked in the factory where the
No,
toys come alive at night. Watch out
no.
for Zorgs, those nasty monsters. Those nasty monster toys want to suck out your brain, and stay away from nasty Kathy. This living doll may look sweet, but her heart is pure evil. If you choose the robot, make sure you're ready for trouble. The Annihilator is bent on destruction. First it goes after your cat, then it goes after you. Yikes! How do you disable a raging robot? You're in control of this scary adventure. You decide what will happen and how terrifying the scares will be. Start on page 1, then follow the instructions at the bottom of each page. You make the choices, so take a deep breath, cross your fingers, and turn to page 1. Now to now to give yourself goosebumps. I guess that's what we are expected to encounter in the book.
Okay. So now to start, we need to think logically. We need to think here. What do we do? If we go to the
This
factory,
I'm start
it says they're gonna
I'm
lock us
starting
in, and it's
the,
saying that they're
the
gonna
the
log
book
us
hasn't
in.
started yet. I'm starting on page 1 now.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
All right, I'm going to need you to listen carefully.
All
All
right,
right.
I'm listening.
Page 1. Hey mom, look at this. I'm a winner, you shout. You race into the house with a letter that's just arrived in the mail. It came in a strange black envelope. Addressed to you, the words Hazley Toy Company are printed on the back. Look, Mom, you wave the letter in the air. I won. That's nice. Your mother is reading the newspaper. She doesn't look up. Mom, for real, I won the grand prize, you announce happily. That's great, sweetie. You can tell she's not really interested. I get my choice. You go on. A tour of the Hazley Toy Factory or the biggest, best toy, the Annihilator 3000. It's this totally cool robot. It's as big as I am. The Annihilator what? She looks up. You've gotten her attention now. When did you enter this contest? She asks. Hey, that's weird, you think. I didn't, you admit. Your mom looks concerned. How did they get your name? She wants to know. Go on to page 2. You glance down at the envelope in your hand. It suddenly seems creepy that it's black. I don't know how they got my name, you admit. Your mom thinks for a minute. Maybe it was that electric game we bought last year for your birthday, remember? We sent your name in the registration. That must be it, you say, sighing with relief. Isn't it great that I won? Oh, sweetheart. Your mother pats your shoulder. Don't get your hopes up too high. Sometimes those contests are fake. They say you've won, but then there's a catch. You have to buy magazines or something. No way, you protest. The letter doesn't say anything about magazines. You hurry to the phone to call the special number in the letter. You dial it. A man answers, a man with a scratchy voice. Hello, he says, addressing by name. I've been waiting for your call. Go on to page 3. Which prize do you want? The man asks. You hadn't really thought about it yet. And then it hits you. The man knew your name, but how? A shiver goes down your spine. You shake your head and try to concentrate. So he knew your name. Big deal. Not every kid on the planet has just won a huge prize. Hello? Are you still there? The man calls. You've got to say something. Which prize do you want? The letter says that if you take the tour of the Hazley Toy Factory, you'll get a free video game too. But the Annihilator is the best toy the company makes.
Oh,
So
damn.
if I choose the tour of the factory, can I bring a friend? You ask. Sure, he replies. So what's it going to be? Alright, I guess here's the first choice in the book. If you want to tour the Hazley Toy Factory, turn to page 44. If you want the
Uh-huh.
Annihilator 3000, turn to page 69.
All right. So now here's what I like to do. I like to go over the choices again to make sure we know what we're doing.
I honestly, I think the factory
That's the first.
sounds more interesting than that toy robot.
Really? I think so. Should, all right. Yeah, yeah. Let's go for it.
Alright, we're going to tour the factory. I'll take the tour, you tell the man. Fine, he says. He gives you an address. Be here at 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Thanks, you say. Then you add, Hey, how did I win this prize anyway? But the man doesn't answer. He's already hung up. The next day you
Oh,
call your friend Benny and invite him to come with you on the tour. Benny just moved into the neighborhood. You've only known him for a couple of weeks, but your best friend is grounded for the third time this year, so
oh my
you've been hanging
God.
out with Benny. He's he's funny, and he'll try anything once. Tour the Hazley Toy Company? Benny says. Cool. At 4 o'clock on Saturday, the two of you jump off your bikes in front of the factory. On top of the big white building, a trumpets, world's largest toy selection. You open the door and step into the lobby. The first thing you see is teeth. 2 rows of glistening sharp teeth. It's a snarling guard dog, and it's headed straight for you. Leap out of the way on page 37. Benny screams as you try to leap away. Too late. The dog's sharp teeth clamp onto your pant leg. You jerk away, but the dog is a big, fierce Doberman, and it won't let go. Benny, help! You cry. Before Benny can move, a man with a curly blonde hair and black glasses races toward you. Mittens, Mittens, stop! The man yells. He aims a remote control at the dog and presses a button. The dog freezes in place. These new models never work right, the man mutters as you yank your pants free. Benny bursts out laughing. It was just a toy. Your heart is still pumping a mile a minute, but you don't want to seem like a wimp, so you laugh too. Sorry about that, the man says. I'm Bob Marvin, chief of the new designs here at Hazley Toys, but everyone calls me Babaloo. You must be here for the tour. Uh, yeah. You glance over at the motionless dog. Saliva still drips from its mouth, which is frozen in a snarl. It looks so real. This place is cool, you decide. You can't wait to see what's inside. Follow Babaloo on to page 55. Babaloo swipes a magnetic card over a panel and pulls open another door. The three of you walk into a huge factory. The door is full of chugging machinery and wiring conveyor belts. Wow, you think, gazing around. This is awesome. Across the factory is a huge glass wall. Through the glass, you could see a warehouse. Its shelves are stacking to the ceiling with toys. This way, Babaloo calls, pointing toward the warehouse. He and Benny hurry off. You start to follow them when something catches your eye. Something you can hardly believe. A line of dolls in pink dresses are riding on a conveyor belt. One of them suddenly sits up. and looks around. For a second, her big blue eyes glance your way. She flutters her long lashes in surprise. Then she jumps off the assembly line and darts behind a machine. Whoa, did you just see a living doll? You rub your eyes and blink hard. Should you run after it, or should you run home to get your dad's camera? Alright, we're given a choice here. If you run after the doll, turn to page 98. If you go for the camera, if you run back home for your dad's camera, go to page 7.
7. So go back to get the camera or
But
advance
that,
to go after the doll. So then, okay, let's look at it this way. If we go to the house and get the camera, that means we have to get back on the bike, go to the house, get the camera, and go all the way back. Which
yeah, that
which is
that just seems like that would take too long, and we would probably miss
correct.
the
Correct.
tour.
Let's not do that.
Yeah, let's just go after that doll.
Yeah, after
Before
whatever
I
that thing
actually
is.
start, I'm gonna take a drink real quick. Sorry, I just had to take a drink.
It's all right.
Reading out loud can some. All right, page 98. There's no time to lose. Without thinking for another second, you dash off to follow the doll. You drop to your knees and crawl under a big piece of machinery. Then you then you snake your way through the factory toward the big glass wall. You see a glass door closing slowly and a flash of pink. The doll must have snuck into the warehouse. Benny! You shout, running back to find him. He's standing in front of a bank of video monitors with controllers in both hands. Babalu is nowhere in sight. This is so cool, Benny shouts. Come on, try it. Forget that, you answer. I just saw a doll come to life. You've got to help me find it. Yeah, right. Benny smickers. Benny smirks. You grab the controllers from him and toss them down. Come on, you answer. I'll prove it. Drag Benny to page 20. You and Benny hurry to the glass wall. She ran in here, you declare. Into the warehouse. So what are we waiting for? Benny asks sarcastically. You notice that the glass door is open a crack. Jammed between the door and the frame is a tiny pink doll's shoe. Look, one of her shoes, you shout, pushing the door open. Uh, pushing pushing open the door. The two of you slip through. On the way in, Benny's foot bumps the shoe. The door shuts with a loud click. You try to open the door. It won't budge. We're locked in, you announce. Who cares? Benny cries. Look at all these toys. Your eyes sweep over the shelves of model cars, computer games, and hundreds of other toys. They all look so cool. But you can't stop thinking about that doll. She's in here somewhere. Where is she? What is she up to? Suddenly, the thought of her gives you the creeps. Do you really want to be locked in with her? Alright, we're given a choice. If you can't resist playing with the toys, turn to page 76. If you want to get out of the warehouse, pound on the door on page 18.
Oh yeah, we're hell yeah, we're pounding on that door for sure. There's no way. There's no. If I was in that situation, that's what I'd be doing. I'd be banging on the door to get the hell out of there.
Alright, let's bang on the door. You hate the feeling of being trapped in the toy warehouse, locked in. With that weird doll slinking around somewhere, the whole thing gives you the creeps. Help! You shout, pounding on the glass door. Someone! Let us out of here! Help! Nothing happens. Silence. Then suddenly, Babaloo steps out from behind some factory equipment. He's wearing a beret and carrying a megaphone. He makes a disgusted face at you and starts shaking his head. Cut! Babaloo yells through the megaphone. Cut, you think? Cut what? Find out on page
Help?
64.
Yeah, we
One
need to
by
find out.
one, 6 other people step out from various hiding spots in the factory. One man has a movie camera resting on his shoulder. A woman carries lights and a microphone on long poles. It's a movie crew, you realize. Bubbaloo hurries to the glass door and lets you out. All right, all right. All right, he says. Don't bawl. Don't bowl. We weren't going to leave you in there all night or anything, he signals to the rest of the crew. Never mind, he says over the megaphone. This one didn't work out. Let's wrap it up. We'll try again next week. Wrap what up? You ask. What's going on? We're shooting a commercial here, Babalu explains. You know, catch the excitement of a kid locked in a toy factory. Your friend Benny here has the right spirit, but you didn't act excited. You acted terrified, so you're out. And he's in.
Supposed to
Thanks for
do.
coming. He ushers you to the door. Wait, you cry. What about the doll? I saw it come to life. And how did you get my name anyway? But it's too late for those kinds of questions. Babalu kicks you out of the factory and slams the door. Turn to page 6. You stomp your foot on the ground. No fair, you think, feeling totally disappointed. There's something going on in that factory, and now you'll never find out what it is. A million questions spin through your brain. There are good questions too, but it's too late for all of them except for one. What page do I turn to if you want to stay in the toy warehouse and find the doll? You mutter out loud. Uh-oh, now you're talking to yourself. But okay, since you asked, it's page 76. Now go on. You're out of the factory, so get out of this book because, as they say in showbiz, that's a wrap. That was our first ending. Tyler,
What?
did you even hear me?
Of course. Well, I'm pissed. I picked the wrong fucking option. What was I doing? I don't know what the hell I was thinking. To bang on the fucking door in the first place.
Yeah, that was complete random, but don't be don't be too upset. We still have two more tries to get a good ending.
It was just terrible. I don't know what I was. I don't know what my thought process was. I
Well,
had,
it's
n-
okay. We still have two tries to get a good ending. Let's
now you
hop
see.
back and see what happens if we play with the toys instead. All
All right.
right. All right. Benny runs towards the video games. A kid-sized red sports car catches your attention. You climb in, but before you can turn the key, all the lights in the warehouse shut off, and everything goes black. Hey! Benny screams. What's going on? You grope your way toward his voice. Maybe the factory is closing, you suggest. It's Saturday, and it's after 5 o'clock. So we're stuck in here for the rest of the weekend? He whispers, sounding scared. No way. Babalu will come back for us, you declare. Just then, dim emergency lights flicker on. I forgot to tell you, Benny says. Babalu got called away for some kind of emergency. He told me to find you, and then, well, we were supposed to leave. Oh, great, you think? Then you remember your other problem. That doll must still be in here with us, you whisper. You made that up, Benny says. No, I didn't, you insist. She was. You stop talking when you hear a thump. It's coming from a shelf above Benny's head. Was it that doll? You brace yourself and look up. Turn to page 118. A small stuffed pig peers down at you and blinks. It's true, the pig says. She is alive, and I am too. You and Benny gasp. A fuzzy pink pig is squirming to get out of its twist tie, holding it inside its package. You both start to back away. Please wait, squeals the pig. Please help me out of my box. Every night I have to get out by myself. and it's hard. You look up and see that the pig has a tear in one eye. It's crying. You reach up to help the pig. You hear something, a rustling noise, like water or wind. It seems to be coming from all around you. Out of the corner of your eye, you see movement. Something just flitted across the aisle. Then it then it dawns on you. The rustling noise? It's paper and cardboard and plastic. And right now, every single toy in the warehouse is doing something incredible. Something you thought only happened in kids' best dreams. Or worse nightmare. Thousands of toys all coming to life. Turn to page 24. The entire warehouse is going to be crawling with living toys any minute. You and Benny run to the end of the aisle just in time to see an army of remote control cars zoom around the corner. A squad of 15-inch high ninja action figures climb out of their boxes and dart off. Dolls, robots, dinosaurs, soldiers, they pour off the shelves, laughing, snarling, shouting to one another. Even the board games seem to be alive. One game has set itself up. The pieces are racing one another, and cards are flipping in the air. Don't believe this, Benny whispers. Suddenly, bright lights over and the factory flash on. They cast eerie shadows into the warehouse. Then you hear a noise that makes your skin crawl. It's the sound of machines roaring to life, conveyor belts wiring vats of plastic starting to bubble. Someone or something is running the factory. Hurry to page 11. You and Benny creep through the warehouse toward the factory. Your eyes widen when you look through a glass wall. The ninja action figures are out there pulling switches and pushing buttons to run the machinery. Then a figure standing still in the middle of the excitement. It's the doll you watched come to life. Her brown hair is held in two pigtails. Her pink ribbons, with pink ribbons. Her little pink lips are heart-shaped. She has she has huge blue eyes and rosy cheeks. The doll lifts a megaphone to her lips. Move it, you no-good ninjas! She roars. You and Benny exchange startled glances. You look back and squint, trying to read the name stitched on her dress. Finally, you make it out. Nasty Kathy. You've seen her on TV. Pull her string and she says all kinds of mean things. What are they making? Benny whispers. More toys, I guess. You whisper back. You both look at the conveyor belt. Then a bizarre cargo chugs into sight. A life-size doll. It looks so real you'd swear it's alive, and lined up behind it are dozens more. Turn to page 40. Nasty Kathy barks orders into her megaphone. Keep moving, barf bags! You with the ugly face, start loading the batteries! One of the ninjas springs onto the conveyor belt. It opens the compartment in the foot of the first life-size doll. It drops several batteries, then clicks the compartment shut. Put a police uniform on it, Nasty Kathy snaps to another ninja, and then turn it on. A minute later, the big doll stands up and shakes itself. It looks completely and chillingly human. It snaps a salute at Nasty Kathy. Mr. Murphy reporting for duty, ma'am. Never mind that, Nasty Kathy growls. Get out there and do the job you've been programmed to do. Yes, ma'am, the policeman replies. But first, what shall I do with the security problem? Security problem? Nasty Kathy snaps. What security problem? The officer turns slowly until it's facing the glass wall you're crouched behind. Then it lifts its hand and points directly at you. Turn to page 71. You've been spotted. You're so terrified you can't move. Nasty Kathy's head swirls in your direction. Then she grins. She has two rows of small sharp teeth. I'll deal with them. Nasty Kathy
You go out there and do your job.
Yes, ma'am, Officer Murphy says, striding off. Nasty Kathy walks over to you without saying a word. She reaches up and pulls the string on her back.
I don't like you.
A tinny voice shrieks. Nasty Kathy giggles. This time her mouth moves.
You shouldn't be here. Humans can't know about our plan. Now you're going to pay.
She says.
No, we're not.
Then he yells.
This tool was supposed to be free.
He jumps up and dashes through the glass door into the factory, tearing past a group of knee-high ninjas. He races toward the front door. Then he vanishes behind a big machine. You start to follow him, but then you realize that's the door the police officer doll used. What if he's still out there? Or given a choice, do you take the chances with the police doll on page 93? Or if you'd rather find a different way out, race to page 123.
Honestly, it's up to you, man. After I feel embarrassed after how I just cost us how I even got that, how we lost on that one, on that last one. So it's up to you,
While
man.
I'm thinking, I'm gonna take a drink.
It's up to you. Whatever choice you want to make is fine.
I'm just gonna say this right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think that police doll, uh, the doll that looks surprisingly human-like, that's
Uh-huh.
just terrifying.
So what do we want? So just
I'd
do
say
what
I'm
you
gonna
want to do.
find a different way out.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
123.
yeah. I guess we should.
All right. No, Benny! You shout. Let's find a different way out. You dash away through the twisting aisles of the warehouse. You don't dare slow down to peek over your shoulder. All you could do is hope Benny is following you. Nasty Kathy's voice booms over a megaphone.
Alert! She shouts. A ball of human fungus is loose in our warehouse. If it escapes, I'll have you all taken apart.
The second she finishes speaking, you hear the whirl of toy motors and clatter of plastic feet. You keep running, even though your lungs are about to burst. You need to find cover. Then you see that you've run right into a main aisle, and you realize you've made a mistake. A terrible mistake. It sounds like the entire warehouse full of toys is coming for you, surrounding you. Then you see 6 pairs of eyes, glowing green eyes, closing in. No! You scream. Meet your fate on page 89. Instantly, you know what those glowing eyes belong to. You've seen them on TV. They're horrible monster toys. Monsters called Zorgs. On the toys, the claws are plastic, and teeth are rubber. And now in the dim emergency light, you can see that these Zorgs are different because they're alive. Their claws and teeth are steel. Their mouth drips with green slime and purple ooze. Their eyes glow with a hideous green light. You know what they want. Beyond any doubt, you saw the movie Zorg Revenge. And you know what Zorgs do. They claw their way to your face and rip it to shreds. Zorgs swarm your face because it's the fastest way to get to your brain. The 6 Zorgs creep toward you. Their slimy feet make sucking sounds as they grip and release the floor. Squish, flap, squish, flap. Back away slowly, watching them praying there are not any more Zorgs behind you. The 6 creatures sense your fear. They close in steadily. Without warning, they all leap at you. Quick, turn to page 58. Ah! You scream at the monsters fly at you. All 6 swords latch onto your legs and claw their way up your body toward your face. You thrash wildly to manage to shake 2 of them loose. They land with a plop near your feet. The one, the ones that hang on grip tighter. Rip! Their razor claws slice through your jeans as they climb. You feel the sting of the ooze from their tongues as it drools from the scratches in your flesh. Help! You scream. There's they're spitting slime. You grab at them with your hands, but they're strong, hard to shake off. You gaze down your shoulder with filthy blue-green fur ripples. Their slime tongues waggle, their ugly sucking feet gripping your legs. Two more monsters leap again, harder, higher. Their claws sink into your t-shirt. You grab one and hurl it across the room. Then you feel a claw scrape along your chin. Go on to page 67. No! You cry. You kick and punch at the monsters. Finally, all six of them drop to the floor. Then you run and run. But you have to dodge some remote control cars that are zooming in wild patterns at your feet. Claws are trying to trying to trip you. A plastic tea set hurls itself off a high shelf. Cups and saucers clatter down on your feet, on your head. All the toys are out to get me, you realize. You hop over a slithering rubber snake on the wall ahead. You see a sign listing all the toys. Cars and trucks, learning toys, action figures, stuffed animals, preschool toys. Under it is a map of the aisles. Which way is the safe to go? You bend down and peer between the empty shelves. Hey, is that a glowing red light in the back corner of the warehouse? The kind they use on exit signs? Start to crawl towards the red light, then you hear Benny's voice far away, desperate.
Help!
And he cries,
Help! They've got me!
if you follow the sound of Benny's voice, turn to page 33. If you go toward the exit light, turn to page 50. Tyler?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Alright, so we can either go towards Benny's voice, who is crying out for help, or we could go see what that red light is.
Is it supposed to be like a exit light or something?
We don't really know what it is. It does look like one, but it could also be a trick.
Okay, so let's go
Or
and
we could
then
or we could go to
then Benny. Oh, hold on, hold on.
okay. All right, so I guess we'll go towards Benny's voice. I'm gonna wait for him to.
Go. All right, go ahead.
All right. All right, so I guess we're gonna go to the sound of Benny's voice.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's go towards Benny.
You've got to save your friend. Hang on, I'm coming, you call, racing toward the sound of Benny's voice. You zoom to the end of the empty aisle, then turn the corner and skid to a stop. The floor is covered with tiny plastic people, each one no taller than 2 inches. They're having a tea party. They gaze up at you with innocent eyes as you leap over them.
Watch out!
One screams when your foot almost flattens it. Sorry, you say. You dance around trying to keep from stomping on them. Just as you take another awkward step, you feel something squish under your foot. Oh no, I killed it, you think. Then you feel yourself slipping. You cry as you crash to the cement floor. Turn to page 15. You fall, banging your head on the shelf on the way down.
Ouch! You stepped on my foot!
A voice says in your ear. Huh? You gaze over and see the stuffed pig. The pig who talked to you when the toys first came to life. He's lying flat on the floor beside you, but he doesn't really seem hurt. He shakes himself off.
Sorry, I ran up to your legs,
he whispers.
but I had to stop you to warn you. Don't go near the army. Nasty Cathy is there, and she'll get you. She's very mean.
But I've got to help my friend, you explain. Whoa, you think? This is too weird. You're talking to a stuffed animal. And it's talking back,
There's only one way to save him.
the pig whispers. Just then, Benny lets out a blood-curdling scream. You sit bolt up straight,
Don't kill him.
you yell. The pig advises. The pig. The pig advises.
Only neither of you will get out of here alive.
What will you do? Race to help if you race to help Benny anyway, or take the pig's advice?
So the pig's advice is what? Run away?
No, he seems to be up to something. Like, I think he understands, like, Nasty Cathy is evil, but he doesn't want us to go
Right.
after Benny.
So
Do we trust the
and
pig?
so
I mean, he didn't seem like he wanted to hurt us.
it didn't seem like it, really?
I mean, the Zorgs, they legit tried to kill us.
Yes, they did. They
Maybe
tried to
there's
kill
some
us.
toys that
Correct.
aren't actually evil.
Correct.
I say we trust the pig. What about you?
But then what about Benny? That if we take the pig's advice, we're saying screw Benny.
Or maybe we could find a way to defeat Nasty Cathy and then save Benny.
Yeah, I guess we should. Guess that's
All
what
right,
we should
let's
do
take the
then.
pig's advice. I mean, if this is wrong, then I have the right to feel embarrassed. All
And I do too.
right, let's take the pig's advice. Okay, you agree nervously. Tell me how to save him, but please hurry. It sounds like they're killing him.
You've got to find the key to turn us off.
The pig says.
To turn off all the toys.
Huh? You stare at him, your mouth open. Did the pig just say there's a way to turn off all the toys? Wait a minute, you reply. Why are you trying to help me?
Because it's a nightmare here.
The pig whispers.
Every night, the army starts fighting. The monsters stalk us. The cars and trucks roar up and down the aisle. It's very scary.
The pig sniffles and swipes at its eyes with its foot.
And do you know what else?
It continues.
I don't like Nasty Cathy. She called me a putrid pork face.
You bite your lips. Try not to laugh,
Laugh if you want.
the pig declares.
But Nasty Cathy is very dangerous. She's got a secret plan.
Listen to the pig on 78. What secret plan? You ask, wide-eyed. The pig glances around to make sure no one is listening.
All I know is they're making human-sized dolls in there.
He whispers, nodding toward the factory.
They have some kind of plan to change the world, but they won't let us baby toys. They won't tell us baby toys what it is. I don't trust them. So you've got to get the key and turn us off. Or turn us off. It's the only way.
All right, you nod sullenly. But where's the key? The pig leans forward. You can feel his pink fur tickling your ear.
She has it.
He whispers so quietly, you can hardly hear him.
It's a Nasty Cathy's play drink.
Did someone call my name?
A nasty voice growls. You whip your head around and gasp. It's Nasty Cathy. She's standing right behind you, and she has a laser blaster in her hands. On the page 116. You can't take your eyes off the laser blaster. It looks so big. The red and blue lights on its barrel flash on and off. On and off. It's just a toy, you tell yourself. A plastic toy. But toys have a way of being dangerous around here. What if that laser blaster is alive too? It could blow you to bits.
Well, look who it is.
Nasty Kathy sneers.
Dorky Porky and his new friend, the pile of human guts.
You swallow hard. The truth is, Nasty Kathy is terrifying. She's only 2 feet tall, but she looks so evil it makes her seem bigger somehow.
Zoink.
The pig squeals and trots off.
I'll see you later, fatso.
Nasty Kathy calls.
As for you, let's go. On your feet, human.
She jerks the laser blaster in a direction, and she wants you to walk. Do you dare make a run for it? We're given a
Oh,
choice. Do
oh.
we make a run for it, or do what Nasty Kathy says?
Man, she's evil. Screw that girl. We don't
Yeah,
listen to. Screw that.
besides, we're taller than her. We could just kick her.
Yeah,
I'm going to
exactly.
page 53. If you go with Nasty Kathy, you'll never find the key to turn off the toys. You'll never get out of the factory alive. You hesitate, pretending to think about it.
Come on.
Nasty Kathy bellows.
We don't have all night.
She drops the tip of her laser blaster just an inch. It's the chance you're waiting for. No! You shout, giving her a shove, then you take off running in the opposite direction. You hear a whine from the laser blaster. A red beam sizzle past your head, but you don't look back. You make it safely down the aisle, down to the end of the preschool toys aisle, back to your big overhead sign listing in the toys in the warehouse.
You human moron.
Nasty Kathy calls over her megaphone.
You'll never get away.
You're sweating, and your breathing is heavy, but you can still hear footsteps as she runs down the next aisle. Then you hear her on the megaphone again.
Attention all Zorgs. Report to aisle 4, dinner time.
Aisle 4? That's where you are! Turn to page 26. Yikes, you better run before the Zorgs find you. You quickly study the big map of the warehouse. Benny's voice sounded as if it came from aisle 3. The dolls are in aisle 2. Your mind races. You know you should run to the doll aisle. You have to find Nasty Kathy's play trunk. That's where the pig said you'd find the key to turn off all the toys. But what about Benny? He sounded like he was in big trouble. And the truth is, you're not sure you can hack this alone. We're given another choice. Do we go straight to the doll aisle or make a pit stop to aisle 3?
We gotta book this. Honestly, if we go to Benny, there's a good chance that now we get caught too.
We go straight to aisle 3? Or, wait, no.
I thought
But then
aisle 3
again,
was Benny.
what?
Wasn't aisle 3 where Benny is?
Then again, what if there is a chance like there... Hmm. This is hard for me.
Yeah, I don't know what to do either.
Okay, I'm gonna do something. Since I can't decide what to do, I'm just gonna put a wheel, a random spinner online. I'm
Wait,
gonna put the
do you like to show those on your streams? Like when you do
no,
these?
I just go with what it lands on.
No, I
Yes,
mean
I
like
am
when you
randomizing
spin.
this.
No, I mean like when you spin the wheel.
No, because I have the book digitally on my phone. Can't really show that
Mm-hmm.
on my computer. I'm putting the choices in the wheel. Whatever the
Mm-hmm.
it land I have the book numbers on the wheel. 42 we go to the doll aisle, and
Mm-hmm.
63 we go make a pit stop to Benny. How's that
Right. Okay.
sound? All right,
Yeah, that sounds
spinning the
good.
wheel. Slowing down. Landed on. It landed on 63.
63.
Alright, I guess we'll go make a pit stop to aisle 3. Hope this is right. You zoom around the corner and head into aisle 3. It's crowded with toys, open boxes, and assorted junk, with the dim emergency lights barely glowing overhead. You can't really see what's going on. You squint. It looks as if the toys have set a barricade. What is that large lump at the end of the aisle? That thing lying on the floor, near the glass wall. Oh man, you've just figured it out. Benny! You shout. Benny is tied up with a dozen jump ropes. He looks like a giant lying on its back, with dozens of tiny soldiers standing on his chest.
Help me!
He shouts.
Hurry, they're crawling all over me!
You run toward Benny, then you hear the sound you've been expecting and dreading. Squish, flap, squish, flap. Rush to page 91. The sucking sound. It can mean only one thing. The Zorgs are on your trail. Frantically, you scan the shelves near you, hunting for a laser blaster or anything. Some kind of weapon so you can defend yourself against the face rippers. You fling aside boxes of video games. There's a lot of cool stuff you'd love to try out. But you can't find a weapon. The Zorgs scuttle forward, their green eyes glowing in the dark. They're close enough to leap. You can almost feel their claws ripping into you, and and the stinging purple ooze from their tongues. In a panic, you grab the nearest thing, a package of walkie-talkies. You tear off the wrapping, stuff one into your wristband of your jeans, and hurl the other at Benny, your best friend. The other at your friend. Benny, catch! You shout.
I can't!
Benny cries. Oops, you forgot his hands are tied. The walkie-talkie bounces off Benny's stomach and clatters into a corner. The Zorgs are coming faster. You head for the doll aisle. Hurry to 73 before the dolls get you. Find Nasty Cathy's trunk is all you can do. It's all you can think. If you can only find the key, you could save Benny and yourself. You trot down the aisle, scanning the shelves. Dolls are everywhere, sitting on the shelves, chatting to each other, drinking from baby bottles. Two fashion dolls are lounging on recliners.
Chip is coming over to his new sports car.
Eh, you hear one say. Finally, you spot a navy blue and silver doll's trunk. Nasty Cathy is painted on the front. A silver key dangles in a lock. Awesome, you shout, pumping your fist in the air. I found it! You reach up and take the key. But that's when you feel something that makes your blood run cold. Something small and strong gripping your leg. It's starting to climb up your jeans. Please don't be a Zorg, you think. A Zorg or not a Zorg? That is the question. Find out the answer on page 103. Get off me, you cry, kicking your leg to shake the monster off. But the thing is too strong. It won't let go. It moves incredibly fast. Before you can even get a glimpse of it, it climbs your leg. It grasps your t-shirt. It scuttles toward your face. You want to run, but you're frozen in panic. Listen to me, it says in your ear. Huh? You crane your neck to see what it is. It's a hand, and nothing else. A rubber bloody hand. Like you would buy at a Halloween store. It makes a fist on your shoulder and uses its thumb like a mouth. Listen to me, the hand warns. That's the wrong key. Look inside her trunk for the right one. Huh? How did the hand even know what you were searching for? The Zorgs appear at the far end of the aisle, running this time. Squish! Skish! Better think fast. Can you trust a rubber bloody hand? Maybe this is a trap. Trust the hand or think it's a trap?
It's probably a trap.
Well, let's think about this. He's saying that's the wrong key, and it's some trunk. What if the real key is inside the trunk?
Okay, yeah.
Maybe what if the trunk is locked and the key is for the lock, and the
But
real key is inside? I'm just
for
trying to think
me though, it
logically.
reminds me of that. It reminds me of that one Poppy Playtime character, the prototype. You know what I'm talking about?
Except this is a rubber hand, not some kind of robot arm.
No, I'm saying like the way it's talking. It reminds me of like that character.
I mean, it
Does
doesn't really
it?
say what voice it has. I'm just
No, I know. But maybe we should
okay.
trust it.
I'm just gonna say screw it and just trust this hand. If it's wrong, then it's entirely my fault. All right. The Zorgs are closing in. Squish flap. Every nerve in your body screams run. But something tells you that the bloody hand is telling the truth. Find the real key, it says with its thumb. When you find it, put it in the incredible talking, spelling, thinking, intelligent machine. The what? You demand. The creature lets go and falls off your shoulder. With its bloody fingers spread out, it looks like a giant red spider. Ah! Screams all the way down the floor. Thanks for the hand call. Thanks for the advice? Quickly, you unlock Nasty Cathy's trunk and peer inside. Dirty, torn doll clothes, an archery set, a miniature doll can of spray paint. Then you spot a small CD. You grab the disc and hold it under the light. There's a picture of a key on it. Bingo! Snatch the key and race to 65. I guess I was right to trust the hand. Alright.
Now I'm embarrassing to not trust that thing.
Alright, don't be embarrassed. Alright. You hold the disc tightly in your fist. Which aisle were the learning toys in? You close your eyes and try to picture the big overhead sign. Uh-oh, big mistake. You never should have closed your eyes. By the time you open them again, you're surrounded. There are Zorgs on the floor at your feet. Beside you, and hanging from the sleeves, each for you, reaching for you, flexing their claws, licking their lips. No! You cry out. Half a dozen of them leap onto a flurry of foul-smelling fur. You swing your arms like windmills, flicking two monsters off your shirt. Then you start to run toward the glass wall, or marching in formation down the doll aisle, blocking your way is a squad of big wooden soldiers. How are you going to get out of this one? Turn to page 22. This isn't happening. This isn't happening. This isn't happening. You tell yourself, squeezing your eyes shut. You open your eyes. You're still trapped between the hideous slime drooling Zorgs at your back. A giant army in front of you. The soldiers march toward you, aiming their weapons. Then they fire. Duck and stay still, and try to stay down until you reach 39. No! You cry as the soldiers fire their weapons. You squeeze your eyes shut. An instant later, you feel something sticky falling on your face, in your hair, on your arms and legs. Yuck! They're squirting you with cans of instant spider web. The gooey threads cover you, trapping you in a tight net. You struggle to move, to run, but your arms are pinned to your sides by stringy spider webs. Your legs are trapped too. Help! You cry, hoping Benny can hear you. They've got me, Benny! They've got me! Clomp, clomp, clomp. The soldiers' boots stamp the floor as they march up to take you prisoner. They hoist you on their shoulders, 8 soldiers on each side. Then they carry you into the factory, where Nasty Cathy is waiting. She looks angrier than ever.
Good work.
She tells the soldiers.
Now let's show this kid how it feels to be treated like a toy.
Turn to page 48. You squirm and wriggle trying to free yourself, but the instant spiderweb is strong. Can't break through it.
You look like a big fat bug.
Nasty Cathy sneers.
Too bad I already had my dinner.
Then she points to the conveyor belt, the one where you saw the life-size dolls being made.
The human scum up there.
She orders the soldiers. Wait, no! You cry, but everyone ignores you.
Let's put our guest in the hair planting machine.
Nasty Kathy squeals.
The one that punched holes in my scalp and put hair in my head. Let's see how a human likes that.
No! You scream again. Don't do it! Thwack a chunk. You hear the horrible machine start up. Nasty Kathy. He cackles and hurries off. As the soldiers start to lift you onto the conveyor belt, your mind races. Isn't there some way to escape these toys? Maybe you could pretend to be a toy yourself. That police doll looked exactly like a person. Or maybe you could try to bribe. Alright, we're given a choice. Do we pretend to be a toy or try to bribe them?
Oh, what do you think?
If we maybe we could convince them we're like that police doll. You know, Mr. Murphy, that the officer police,
Yeah.
like
What?
they're making exact human-like dolls for some reason. Maybe we could convince them that we're a toy that got mixed up.
How would we do that?
I mean that remember that remember that police doll that they made at the start of the book?
Right.
There's no way to tell if they're a toy or not. Maybe we could convince them that we're just one of them.
Yeah, that's probably good.
I'm going to pretend to be a toy.
Yeah, let's pretend to be a toy. See what happens.
There must be a way you can fool the toys into thinking you're one of them. Wait! Cries the soldiers dangle you over the belt. You can't do this to me! I'm a toy too! Will they believe you? You're nearly choked with fear. Sounds of the hair planting machines make your scalp crawl. The soldiers look uncertain, but the captain just laughs. That's a lie, he declares. Put the kid on the belt. But some of the ninjas, the ones you saw making the robot police officer, rush in to help. One of them turns off the hair planting machine. Maybe the kid is telling the truth. Maybe it's really a doll. Another ninja warrior says, Ridiculous. The captain snaps, Start up the machine. The ninja hesitates. Unsure, you gaze at him with pleading eyes. Please believe me, plead. I'm a toy. Prove it, the ninja replies. Let's see your batteries. Turn to page 28. Prove it? Your heart sinks. How can you prove you're a toy? Don't have any batteries, but wait. Maybe you do have a chance after all. Did you stop in aisle 3 before going to the doll aisle? If you did, you'll have something tucked into your waistband of your jeans. Something with a battery pack. Something you can use to fool the toys. Well, no cheating now, because we'll catch you. If you stopped in aisle 3, you know what you picked up. Is it a walkie-talkie or a handheld video game? We did stop by aisle 3.
And I know what it was. It was a walkie-talkie.
It's a walkie-talkie. So, walkie-talkie. The walkie-talkie is in your waistband. It has batteries. You could pretend they're yours. You're saved. The problem is, how can you reach the walkie-talkie with your arms tied? Meanwhile, one of the ninjas takes off your shoes and socks. He moves his little fingers around the bottom of your feet. It tickles, but you don't feel like laughing. The kid lied. The ninja shouts, There's nothing but skin. Wait, I am a toy. But I keep my batteries in a different place. If I cut off one of my arms free, I'll show you. Enough! The army captain commands, Shut the kid up! One of the soldiers aims a web gun at you. It only takes one squirt right over your mouth. The sticky spiderweb spray oozes down your cheeks. It silences you. You can barely breathe. Nasty Kathy walks back over. She flips the on switch for the conveyor belt and the hair planting machine. Thwack a chunk, thwack a chunk. Turn to page 114 if you dare.
Ooh, I don't know.
Look,
Did you already
you
turn?
squeeze your eyes shut. Any second now, mechanical arms are going to swoop down, poke holes in your head, and stuff it full of dull hair. And suddenly, something incredible happens. A voice comes out of the walkie-talkie in your waistband of your jeans. It's muffled, but everyone could hear it.
Don't hurt me.
A small, high-pitched voice says.
Please believe me. I am a toy.
That voice, you recognize it. It's the pig. The head ninja runs over to the switch and stops the hair planting machine. The voice came out of its stomach. The ninja cries, "A human can't do that! It must be a toy!" Another ninja shouts.
Of course I'm a toy.
The pig's voice answers.
Let me go.
The pig must have found the walkie-talkie near Benny. Silently, you promise never to eat another slice of bacon as long as you live. Three ninjas jump onto the conveyor belt and bring their swords flashing down at your head. Go to page 136. You stare in horror at the flashing swords. They sweep down on you and slice away the instant spider web that's tying you down. A few seconds later, they're free. You hop off the conveyor belt and open your mouth to say, thanks. But just then, your walkie-talkie crackles to life again.
Thank you for helping me.
The voice in the walkie-talkie declares.
And now, if you excuse me, I've got something important to do in the warehouse. Aisle 1.
Sorry about that, the army captain mutters. We were just following orders.
You should think before you follow orders.
Big scolds through the walkie-talkie. You smile to yourself as you hurry toward the glass wall. Then in through the glass wall toward aisle 1. Inside the door, you see Benny on the floor, still tied up with jump ropes, right when the soldiers left him. Only he's just lying there, curled up, completely still. Is he even breathing? Benny! You call out. Benny! Turn to page 35. Benny turns over with a start.
It's you,
He says,
I thought those horrible soldiers. You were one of those horrible soldiers for a minute. Cut me loose.
Sorry, Benny, I can't take the time. You apologize, rushing off toward aisle 1.
There's something else I've got to do first.
You race to aisle 1, the learning toys aisle. That's what the pig meant, isn't it? That you should go there? But now what? Now what do you do with the key? Well, that depends. Which key do you have? If you have the silver key to Nasty Kathy's trunk, turn to page 96. If you found a different key inside the trunk, turn to page 121. Uh,
Page 96.
yeah, we found. Wait, no, wait a minute. No, we opened that trunk with the key, remember? We
Yeah.
found like a disc. So it's 121.
Oh. That makes sense. We found it.
It's a different key. You've got the disc in your pocket. The one you found inside Nasty Kathy's trunk. You remember where her hand told you to put it. In the incredible talking, spelly, thinking, intelligent machine. Your heart pounds as you race down the aisle. Frantically, your eyes scan every box, every toy on the shelf. Puzzles, reading games, math machines, mazes, alphabet games, everything but a talking speller. What is it? Where is it? You cry out in frustration. The pig's voice
Here.
suddenly bursts out of the walkie-talkie in your waistband.
The microphone's on here. So,
What?
yeah. Hmm?
What?
Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
It's Tim,
the pig yells. Huh? It's Tim? Who's Tim? Alright, turn to page 129. You don't get it. Why is the pig yelling about someone named Tim? Then you catch sight of it, and it all makes sense. Incredible talking, spelling, thinking, intelligent machine. A red plastic toy shaped like a book. And the first letter of each word spells out, it's Tim. You're about to insert the CD when you hear Benny's voice from 2 aisles over. He sounds terrified.
Don't do it!
He cries.
Whatever you do, don't put the key in. It's Tim!
How does Benny know what you're going to do? What you're doing? Did he figure it out from the soldiers?
No.
Does he know something you don't know? He's your friend. Should you listen to him? If you do, you might miss your chance to turn off the
You think
toys. You
yes?
can hear
Or
Nasty Kathy's voice.
listen to the kid? No, definitely not. We're not listening to Betty whatsoever.
I'm waiting for
You're waiting for what?
I'm waiting for you to stop talking. Are you done talking?
Yes? Go
Okay.
ahead.
Just wanted to make sure. I didn't want an interruption in the story. Sorry. You can hear Nasty Kathy's voice nearby. She's coming. She must have heard the pig yell, "It's Tim!" And if she catches you this time you might not get away.
Please don't.
And he cries,
If only you knew.
well, if you put the key in It's Tim, turn to page 43. If you want to find out what Benny knows, run over to page 68. Benny's telling us not to put it in, but then again, it's the only way we could turn off the toys. Do we listen to him, or do we just put it in?
Think. Put the key in and turn off the toys, or we listen
All right,
to
let's
the
put.
character.
I'm
So-
putting the key in.
Yeah. Yeah, let's
You
do it.
decide to go ahead and stick the disc in It's Tim. You've got to. The pig said you'd never get out of here alive if you didn't. You cram the small CD into the slot in the back of the incredible talking, spelling, thinking, intelligent machine. Zzz, a flash of white hot light nearly blinds you. Then you hear a terrible hum. A hum so loud you feel your bones shake. Then silence. You open your eyes and gasp. All the toys are dead. Or really, they're just toys again. They're not moving or breathing
That's
or
why
talking.
I'll go to this page.
For a moment, it seems strange. You you were getting used to them, and you're getting downright fond of that little pig. Then you snap out of it and run over to find Benny in the action toys aisle. Hey, how come he's just lying there, stiff? Benny, you call as you race toward him. It's safe now. You gasp when you get close enough to see his feet. Turn to page 111. Benny's left shoe is off. You stare at his foot in horror. And the heel is a battery compartment just like the compartment in the police doll's foot. Suddenly you understand why Benny didn't want you to put the key in It's Tim. He knew that if you turn off the toys, you'd turn him off too, because he wasn't really alive. He was running on batteries. Benny is a doll too. I'm sorry, you say to Benny, standing over him sadly. Then you realize something. You're talking to a doll. You feel bad about Benny, but after all, you hadn't known him very long, and you did always think he was kind of weird. Oh well, oh well. You think as you walk out of the factory, at least you didn't get zapped by Nasty Kathy. You start to pull your bike home, but suddenly you're hit with a horrible thought. If Benny was a doll, what else is a toy too? Your father? Your mother? Your best friend? Guess you'd better start reading again until you find out the answer to that. You hadn't really come to the end. That was our second ending. So, Benny was a toy, too.
Outside instead of being in your room. Yeah.
Oh, did you have it set up earlier already?
Sorry, what were you saying?
We got our second ending. It turned out Benny was a doll, too. Like, he was like that police officer with the battery compartment in his foot.
What? Oh my god, you're kidding?
I'm not kidding. And now we're left
Wow.
thinking, and we walk home
Dude,
thinking of who else could be a
oh
doll.
my god. Plot twist, bro. Plot twist.
Now, here's what we could do. We could just end the stream here, or we could go back and use our one life on the choice before this ending.
Yeah, dude, we gotta end it here. We gotta end on a high note, and yeah, you know.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I hope you all enjoyed this choose your own adventure, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And thanks again for Tyler for joining in on this video. See you
there.
guys in the next one. Bye bye.
Bye bye.